Some say customization is a thing of the past. But after 20 years in this business, we're still standing. Never giving up. Always moving forward. As the industry has changed, we've advanced. It's about thinking outside the box and redesigning the wheel. Striving for perfection, even in the smallest details. Innovation instead of imitation. Always looking forward, but never forgetting where we came from. It's about hard work and dedication, making the impossible look simple. Some say customization is a thing of the past. I say it's the future. We are West Coast Customs. I've worked with a lot of major car companies over the years, but never Toyota corporate until now. They recently gave me a call, invited me down to the museum to talk about a build with Sirius XM radio. So I'm gonna head down to the museum, check it out, and then hopefully come back with a project for the guys. Hey!
Cooper Erickson, how you doing, Ryan?
Nice to meet you. I'm glad we're meeting here at a museum.
Well, we're talking about a Sienna project, so we got great history here with customized Toyotas and the whole lineage of our sales for the last 57 years in the U.S.
Wow.
So great for having you here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Toyota is a global leader in automotive sales. We've been selling cars in the United States for about 57 years. We've gone from selling a couple hundred a year to a couple million a year here in the U.S. This museum is near our corporate headquarters for North America. It's not that fancy, but we have a lot of historically significant vehicles here in the warehouse that we like to show off to friends, and the public is welcome to come down here as well. This vehicle here, that's the first Toyota they made. It's about 1936 in Japan, so it's called the A1. That's what started it all from a passenger car standpoint for Toyota. So then the first vehicle that they sold in the U.S. was this Toyopet. So it came around in the late 50s. Okay. So it didn't have a lot of power, but it had great 50s styling.
You know, our first vehicle ever built at West Coast Customs was a Toyota pickup truck.
Really?
Yeah. Alex, one of my first customers, still works for me today.
Great. So, Ryan, this is a real special corner here. These are two 1967 2000 GTs. They only made 337 of these 2000 GTs.
Wow.
And then here's a lot more racing history.
Yep.
So everything from IndyCar to NASCAR. But we didn't come here to see the race cars. We came here to see the Swagger Wagon and talk about what we can do with that van. So
let's go check it out.
The Swagger Wagon. Doesn't that look great?
Yeah. It looks amazing.
It's got a great honeycomb grill, smoked headlights. This is going to be the blank canvas, and we've got some great ideas and want to get your expertise and your creativity and see how we can turn one of these into really a party van. We've got Chris Lamb, Vice President for Sirius XM Satellite. So let's go sit down with him and talk about our ideas.
Talk about the Swagger Wagon.
Yeah, great. Hey, guys, great to see you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm really responsible for many of our partnerships with the large automotive manufacturers like Toyota, particularly here on the West Coast. SiriusXM is now one of the largest radio companies in the world, thanks to our over 26 million subscribers that have helped us grow and become the company we are today.
So let's talk Swagger Wagon.
Swagger Wagon.
So what are you guys thinking?
We want to start with the Swagger Wagon. We want to get it some exposure around the country. And we want to use it for activations at all these sporting events and for dealers and regional events. So it needs to be something that really pops visually, but it has a lot of functionality to incorporate music.
I think the Sienna buyer has probably grown up through all kinds of different generations of music.
Right.
So that's one great thing about SiriusXM. There's sort of something for everyone. But if we could turn it into a true mobile DJ station to where it's all about bringing crowds to it and having a live performance, really literally coming right out of the Sienna. So the sound is over the top.
I could definitely see something with this, like the roof maybe coming up and speakers coming out of the roof.
That's awesome.
That back hatch is so big, so maybe we bring that out and have the DJ stand back there.
Oh, wow.
What about color-wise? What are we thinking?
We don't want to have it a traditional Toyota color, maybe something a little more over the top.
So maybe like a blue to go with you guys?
Like
Sirius blue?
Little SiriusXM blue.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
So I guess the big question is how long do I have?
Well, based on your standards, you probably have plenty of time.
Yeah.
We have a big event coming up in about 2.5 weeks that we need to get it back here to our headquarters so we can get it out to the events. And from there, we have a full schedule set up for many months to come.
So we got to get started then right away.
Awesome. Those guys are so talented at West Coast Customs. I know they can pull it off. And when we see it, I think it's going to be over the top spectacular. The audio experience that Ryan described is just going to be through the roof, literally through the roof.
So I had a great meeting with Cooper and Chris. I think I got a lot of good ideas on what I need to do. So next step is sit down with Musa, come up with a rendering, and then present it to them and hopefully get this build started.
What's up, Ryan?
How you doing, Musa?
Good, good. How are you?
Good. So let's talk Toyota Sienna. Van. So, you know, it's really a soccer mom's van, which is not bad. It's cool. We just need to make it cooler.
Yeah, West Coast Customs.
So the thing is, they want this thing to have a mobile DJ deal going on.
Mobile DJ.
So they would like to see the roof come up, boom, and have like a huge amount of speakers, lighting.
Right. So I'm envisioning probably behind the front seat, right?
Yeah, so it's really a two-seater van. Musa is a machine. The Musa machine. It's cool to see it drawn on paper. You know, doing it on the computer is one thing, but for me, it's like I'll shoot ideas out and he just sketches it right there. He puts it in the computer, prints out a nice rendering, I show the guys, and we start building the van. It really, really works. As long as we can pull it off in the time frame that they're giving us, this van is gonna be one sick van. So here's the second part of it, where the DJ is. They want this whole piece to kind of come out like this, and the DJ stands right here. So he's almost like standing on a platform with his DJ equipment right there, and then it'll slide in. So when this thing's all closed up, it looks like a van. Factory, you know, well, custom Sienna van. We're gonna paint it a custom blue.
Custom blue.
Interior really don't need to show because all this is gonna be just, you know, it's gonna be all the mechanism to make this work. That's the basics of it. If you can get me that way I can meet with the guys, get them started, and then from there, if we need to tweak it, we can tweak it.
Sounds good.
Cool.
All right, let me get to work.
Thank you, boss.
All right. Now that I know what Ryan wants, I will make a new drawing from this and get it more dialed in with the proportion and all the wheels and make sure everything in size and correct. And then I'll bring it to the computer, finalize the drawing, make it photoreal, bring it to the guys so they can build it.
Let's get this construction meeting going.
It's go time. Ready to go time? So what we need to do is we need to turn this van into this, all by a click of a button. Can you make it happen?
Figures, yeah.
Yeah, one button. We need to make the paint change.
Here's your button right there.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Seriously, though, it's for Toyota. They want to take this to a bunch of events. They want a DJ out of the back. They want the speakers to come out of the top. So fabrication is probably the biggest piece of this, besides electronics, because we got to make whatever he makes in fabrication to move up and down.
So it's going to be
it's all automated.
It's automated. Okay.
Yeah.
So the simplest thing would be to have one button. Hit the button, comes out, slides out. Hit it again, everything goes back.
That'd be nice.
But I'm going to have to do some kind of safety sensors so that it knows not to hit something when that rear comes out.
We should make it as simple as possible. So Ish, your job's pretty simple on this one. You don't even need to talk. We got to do 2 front seats, do some sort of like 2-tone grays with some blue stitching. So I think the first thing to do is to get it broken down, fully breaking down. And then Brian, you start the fabrication. And then Wes, we got to figure out the actuators, whatever we're going to use to make this thing work.
First thing I need to do is start writing code to figure out what's possible and then go from there.
Okay. And then Alex tried to find these slides for Brian so he can start figuring that part out.
Actuators.
If you're gonna make the roof open and close, we gotta make sure that seals so that water comes in there. So we may want to use the factory roof skin and build like an inside so the roof skin sits over the top of that. It's just like a simple gasket.
And that way there's not too much complex machinery.
Right.
Yeah. All right, let's go. All right, let's wrap it up.
All right, I got stuff to do.
No, it was a good meeting. I think everybody's got a good direction. The next step is get this van broken down, get Brian started on the fabrication so Wes can figure out his electronics and then get it over to paint. We're about to raise the roof on a 2015 Toyota Sienna. To create the Sienna remix, we're gonna start by stripping the van down. We'll take a mold of the roof and cut a hole to create space for the speakers. A frame will then be fabricated that will house two 40-inch TVs, the kicker subs, and speakers. All of this will sit on a scissor lift actuated by the touch of a button. For the back, we're going to remove the door and rehinge it to slide out. Then we'll fabricate a DJ table that will house the SiriusXM Onyx unit so the music won't stop just because the DJ's gone. The van will be coated in a sick BASF blue, and new 22-inch Giovanna wheels wrapped in Continental tires will finish off this swagger wagon. So turn up the music because it's time to get this party started. So the Sienna's being broken down. Now the next step is to get Brian started on the fabrication, get Avellino over here, figure out how we're going to do this roof skin. Since we are going to cut the roof open, we want to make sure it closes and seals properly. So he's going to make a mold of the factory roof, make it a little bit bigger, so when it comes down, it seals over the top of where we cut it out. That way it'll look seamless and it'll protect all the gear that's inside.
So now that we have everything taken apart inside, all the interior out, now we can see where all the structures are and how much room we have. The next step would be for the fiberglass guys to come out here and make a mold out for this, and then they have to actually build a structure over to keep it strong so it doesn't twist when they build that. And then once they're done with that, then I could go ahead and cut out the roof and make all my framing and knock it out.
Okay, now we let it dry.
He's going to come in, pop that off, and then we can go ahead and start putting the metal framing inside and cutting the roof out. And after that, we should be moving right along.
Fiberglass done.
Coming up on West Coast Customs. It's time to get with Carlos and go over this build.
So everything's gonna close back into a soccer minivan.
Yeah.
I know that I'm gonna end up doing the whole van in 2 days.
Brian threw a monkey wrench into my works today. Wait till he sees this.
Now that the fiberglass roof is being finished, it's time to get with Carlos and go over this build. He has a ton of speakers that he has to incorporate in this, but he also has to get the SiriusXM unit molded in the back with the DJ system. So he's got to get to work. Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, sir.
So I got you a few little goodies to go over. So first, I had Musa redo the rendering. 4 subs, whole bunch of highs and mids.
So everything's gonna close back into a soccer minivan.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But it's going to be the coolest soccer van on the planet. This is where this comes into play. So SiriusXM, they want us to install this in the back so when the DJ's not there, there's something for them to listen to. But ultimately, like, your big thing is you gotta...
The big thing on the top?
You gotta build that.
Sounds easy.
And you got...
About an hour?
My watch is broken. 2 days.
2 days?
Yeah. So I just met with Carlos, brought him a couple surprises. One is an actual map of what he's gonna build. We changed up the rendering a little bit. It's, 2 TVs on the side, 4 subwoofers, and a whole lot of speakers to give it that wow factor. Second, I brought him the SiriusXM. Once this portable unit gets installed into the DJ setup, they'll be able to take it out. It's all good to go.
It's a pretty intense sound system. Time's an issue. We gotta actually start cutting wood, making boxes, set up the DJ booth, pretty much have them set up so you can come in, plug, play, and have everybody dancing.
So basically, we have to build 2 frames, one that supports the body and one that supports the roof. The problem is that it's kind of flat, and then it curves, and it gets a heavier curve. You have to spend a lot of time rolling and bending each piece until it lays flat on the roof so the curves are exactly the same.
The roof is cut out, and Brian's working on the frame for all the electronic gear. Really, while he's doing that, I need to get with Ish and go over this interior. Since it is only 2 seats and 2 door panels, he shouldn't have a whole lot of excuses on this one, but you never know, it is Ish. Excuse me, sir. I have a special delivery for you. Not a bad delivery. It's a good delivery. We talked about it before, but we really didn't talk about what the interior is going to look like, because there's very little interior.
Like what?
Well, we're taking 6 seats out and only keeping 2. So you got the 2 front seats, the 2 front door panels, and half of a headliner.
Whatever we do, the main attention is going to be this and
Yeah.
the DJ system. So.
But it's just like when they drive it, you know, you open the door, they want the interior to feel custom too, not just factory. It's for Toyota, so you know, we want to make them happy. Hopefully we can build some more of these. Like me and you driving Soccer Mom, I could see that.
This is more like a ghetto blaster.
Yeah, this is a ghetto blaster on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do what you do, Ish. All right, I'm not gonna tell you what to do.
Black and gray.
Do your thing. Do your thing. Handle it. But I need it done in a couple days.
I know that.
I don't even need to tell you anymore.
Like he said, that all I gotta do is the 2 front seats. But I know that I'm gonna end up doing the whole van in 2 days. Most of it is gonna be the sounds, the DJ thing, the speaker box on the top. I'm gonna come up with a little design, whatever comes out of my mind. Like I said, I'm gonna go simple, bada bing, bada boom.
So I just met with Ish. He's gonna get going on it. So the next step is get him to finish that up, get the guys to get it together, get it out on the road, get everything tested, and get it to Toyota.
This morning we got the bed slide, so this is actually a main component in the back that's gonna actually slide the whole hatch out. Holds like 1,000 pounds, so we just gotta get it all fit up in there, and then that'll get us onto the next component.
Hey, Brian, this thing gonna work out good?
Yeah, it was perfect. It's just the right size.
I've talked to Joyce Dayton, which is a company that makes actuators and some motion control stuff, and they gave me a pretty good idea for doing like a screw drive for it, because you know it's got to move like 4 feet, right?
Yeah, this is like 4 feet almost all the way out. Yep. If we got enough room, we're gonna run a center tube that'll go up about 3 feet.
Like a gas station old car lift, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
something like that, so it just lifts from the center so we don't have it all.
diameter.
Yeah, something big diameter.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Being able to build the stuff is one thing, but being able to motorize it, that's a whole nother story. The clock is always ticking here at West Coast Customs, getting parts like this that are heavy duty, built to order. Let's just keep our fingers crossed that they get here on time.
Wait, you're squishing me.
Hey, I had one of these when I was a kid. It's a teeter-totter.
So Toyota was awesome enough to give us a body kit. We're gonna go ahead and dry fit it on the car today. Most likely, being a Toyota product, it's gonna fit great. We're gonna make sure everything fits nicely before we send it out to paint.
Let's talk about this center pole thing.
Okay, I think I may have changed my mind on the center pole thing. So.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
So, but the actuator should still stay the same.
No, that's good.
It's just now that this is all in place, now I'm really seeing actual space size, we may start to have an issue with the room. So I was thinking maybe we could use like a scissor lift type of deal that goes up and down because it collapses really short. They have like the ones that you put the motorcycles on. That may be a little big, but they have other kinds that are like the kind of carts you push around and you jack it up.
Yeah,
they lift
for
up.
putting stuff in the bed of a truck.
Right, and it's already kind of made to where we just have to modify it, and we know it's going to work and it'll last forever. You know what I mean?
All right, well, let me go see what I can find.
Okay, cool.
All right, thanks. So Brian threw a monkey wrench into my works today, but I got one to throw right back at him. Got a 1,000-pound scissor lift ready to go. Wait till he sees this.
Coming up on West Coast Customs.
Hey, Brian, guess what I found?
Oh, sweet.
Just what you asked for.
Hopefully in the next couple of days we can move it over to the body shop and get this thing into paint.
Got a little bit of stuff here from Kicker. They sent over, I think it's 42 speakers. I'll be in my office.
Isn't Alex the best?
So we're building a mobile DJ booth for Toyota out of a 2015 Sienna van. Brian has a support structure and slide out in. The next step is get the actuators installed so we can really see this thing move.
Hey, Brian.
What's up?
Guess what I found?
Oh, sweet.
Just what you asked for. Look, hydraulic cable car lift, ideal for garage shop or Toyota minivan DJ, right there on the box.
Toyota.
We should do it right
Well,
here.
that's cool. Maybe we should open that thing up. And
No,
just
that's not my job. That's your job.
You have a knife? You're the gangster?
I'm the gangster.
That's perfect. We were originally thinking about doing a center pull up the middle, and the more we got into the height issues and stuff, we thought that maybe going with a scissor lift thing may be better, stronger, and it gives us more room. I think this is going to do the job great right here. Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate it.
B. Ryan, how we doing?
We're doing pretty good.
Hey, what is this?
We've changed up some things since you were down here looking last, so we started running out of room. So then we came up with, like we used to do with the old mini truck days, scissor beds.
Oh, yeah. And that'll be solid, too.
Solid, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the actuators came in just this morning, so I'm
Okay,
gonna show
cool.
you this
So
thing.
you're gonna try that thing out? Holy smokes.
That mount's there.
Right.
This mount is just adjustable wherever you want it.
Oh, nice.
So if I can make that fit right there,
boom, done deal.
It's done. So that's where we're at.
Originally, we were gonna do a center actuator, and now Brian came up with this scissor lift idea, which is gonna really take all the thinking out of this. I mean, we're in really, really good shape. Hopefully, in the next couple of days, we can move it over to the body shop and get this thing into paint.
All right, Carlos. Don't say I never did nothing for you.
Uh-oh.
Got a little bit of stuff here from Kicker. They sent over, I think it's 42 speakers, 7 amplifiers.
A few. Where's your work gear?
My work gear, it's right here.
Oh, great. It's throw in there.
All right, buddy.
Isn't Alex the best? He's the greatest. All right. So who's packing? You just shoot me now? Alex brought me a nightmare. I have a lot of cutting and bonding and gluing, stapling, and wiring. All these speakers got to go in this van, so it's obviously going to be pretty intense. A lot of power. I really got to get to work.
Car systems operate on 12 volts. The actuator they brought me is a 24 volt, so we're gonna have some obstacles to overcome. The biggest factor that it's gonna play, being a 24 volt, is that it's gonna operate significantly slower at 12 volts, half basically of what the speed it would normally operate at 24 volts. What I need to do immediately is to wire up the actuator so that Brian can actuate its throw while he's doing his mechanical work, and go from there.
One of my good friends, Deco, that owns WTW, builds some of the nicest wheels out there, so I'm gonna go down see what he can come up with for this van. So I'm here at WTW. I'm gonna spring hey, I need a set of wheels and I need them right now conversation. I'm gonna show him the rendering, hopefully check out some of his cars and just kind of say hi. Hey, brother.
What's happening, brother? How are you?
Good.
The Giovanna brand, the GNL, and the Coco brand are all mass production wheels we manufacture for all types of vehicles and SUVs. A lot of daily drivers as well as high-end.
So I have an interesting build going on right now. It's pretty cool. I emailed you a rendering of it before I came down here.
Let me check. Oh, here it is.
But it's for, they partnered up with Sirius Radio. The roof's gonna come up. It's got speakers up there.
Oh, that's gonna lift. Wow.
Yeah, and then the back hatch comes out, and then the DJ's back there.
He's part of the build? Are you supplying the DJ?
Yeah, the DJ just pops out. I think 22s would look right.
That's what they did right there. You could tell. Fills up the fenders. That's really nice. That looks good.
You have something I can look at?
Yeah, I have one on display downstairs as well as a bunch of them in stock.
Okay.
Let's go check them out in the showroom.
Cool.
It's right there.
What? D, I didn't know you got the P1.
Yeah. Came in a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I got it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's sick.
I haven't seen one in person. Never mind the wheel.
Pushing almost 1,000 horsepower, and they say 100 of them only are going to come into the United States.
This is sick.
So that's the wheel? Else. Yeah, that's the wheel right there that you have. That's a good choice. I think it's going to look hot on the van.
Yeah, I like it.
We have them in the back, too.
Okay. It's always fun coming down here. Me and Deco have been friends for over 16 years now.
That's the 458 Special that I was telling you about.
Sick.
That's like that race car version.
That's my dream car.
Yeah.
I've seen him grow, and he's seen me grow. So I'm really excited to see what the executives from Toyota are going to say once we unveil it to them.
Good to see you. I'll see you later.
All right, I'll come back and pick this up.
Okay, you got it.
TV is all mounted on the framework now, so now we're just checking, make sure everything clears and goes up and down good.
So the pressure is on. We have a whole lot of work still to do with not a lot of time. So we have the roof moving. Now the next step is to glue the fiberglass part on.
That's how we do it.
And then move to the back so we can really build out this DJ station.
The back of the hatchet, we have to make some brackets to attach it to the slide, obviously, and then we have to make some supports. Everything is kind of coming together at this point. Since we're under our major time crunch now and they need this in the body shop, once we attach this and open it, we're really hoping that it works the first time and we don't have to do a whole lot of adjusting and tweaking on it. That's it, perfect.
That's it, it's good. It's good. To the body shop.
Out of here.
So a whole lot has happened in the last 24 hours. All the fabrication is done. The roof is actuated. The trunk is actually done. The next step is get the bodywork done on the actual van, get it in the booth, get it painted, get it back over to final assembly. A couple days, we should be good to go. Coming up on West Coast Customs.
So we waited around to get our part this morning, but it won't work.
Time to handle it.
DJ Dumbass.
So the mobile DJ booth is coming along well, but there's still a lot of work to do. The bulk of the fabrication is done. All Brian needs to do now is to get the driver screw actually moving so we can get this hatch going back and forth. But we really don't have a whole lot of time, so we need to get this thing over to the body shop so we can lay down the BASF West Coast Customs blue. So the van's out of paint, turned out amazing, not to mention it matches me right now, so it's kind of cool. But really the next step is throw the whole team on this, get it assembled. Brian's gonna finish out his mechanism in the back. Hopefully we can get this thing out sliding tonight and get the interior back in it, finalize the stereo part of it, and hopefully get it on the road.
Come on, baby. So we waited around to get our part this morning, and it came, and it was super heavy duty and super cool, but it won't work. The problem is that everything's been built already. The screwdriver has to be mounted solid. It can't have any kind of movement whatsoever, and the hatch actually has to lift up and go back to clear the latching mechanism, so that will not work. Luckily, they had sent us another actuator, and we're gonna make that one work. It just doesn't open quite as far. It's a little bit shorter, but I think it's gonna look good.
Right now, I gotta fabricate the table on the rear hatch for the DJ stand. I'm looking at the structure to see where I could tie into. But right now, I have a solid wall right here. It's like an 8 thick. That's strong enough to support any stuff that they put on the table. And then on top, I'm gonna tie into the factory latch poles. So time to handle it.
We got to do the like that. DJ Dumbass.
It'll take a minute and a half to open this all the way. We're on the slow battery here. We'll just see how far out it goes with this 12-volt charger.
So on the Project Sienna, I used my Dale City wire to get everything wired up. I made the motor controller from scratch, designed the circuit, designed the software, put it all together. The wiring in the car is done. What I have to do is program everything now. So as soon as all the components are in place, everything that goes in the car that needs to move, once that's all in place, I can plug my motor controller in, plug in my laptop, set the parameters, and we should be good to go. These two at the same time raise and lower the roof, and this one by itself opens and closes the back. That's it. Wham, bam, up and down.
I wonder how that stays locked. Well, that's one thing about not taking them apart, you know don't know how they go back together. You gotta figure it out.
Toyota just sent us over some graphics for the van. We're gonna cut their logo out of white gloss vinyl. We got this cool triangular design that we're gonna cut out of Avery blue chrome. It should look real nice up against the blue paint.
We're in the final hours right now, less than 12 hours before the big reveal. But we still got a few things to do. We got the box being finalized right now. From there, we're gonna wrap it, put the speakers in it. All the actuators are in. Wes has got his wiring done. From there, we can bolt this thing together, hopefully get it on the road to do some testing.
Tell him to move.
Coming up on West Coast Customs. So we're in 911 stage. Now it's all hands on deck.
Last piece.
It will be ready like 2 o'clock in the morning. So.
Now the Ish has the table wrapped, now it's time to get it installed, get the wiring done, and get this thing on its way.
So we're in 911 stage right now. There's a ton of audio still left to do. Since audio is the main focus of this build, but the guys really couldn't start it until we got all the fabrication done and all the paint work done. Now it's all hands on deck. Wes has all of his work laid out, but Kenny and Carlos really need to get in there and finish up what they're doing so we can really make it to the finish line.
So we got all the speaker boxes, all our speaker panels done, ready for Ish to get wrapped. It's one of the last pieces. Go ahead and take it over to Ish so he can finish it up and we can get out of here. Ish, the last piece, so we get it wrapped, we can get them on there, get the speakers on there, and we can go home.
It will be ready like 2 o'clock in the morning. So.
Perfect. All right. All right, thank you.
Now the Ish has the table wrapped, now it's time to get it installed, get the wiring done, and get this thing on its way. Get some audio out of this thing.
Hello? Yeah. You gotta take them both off and just somebody needs to hold the back door. Aye, aye, aye.
Like Christmas. 4 in, 20 to go. Slowly but surely.
Working on the lights. Fire in the hole.
Probably the perfect spot for the DJ. Laptop here, all of his plugs, USB plugs. We're in good shape. We got power. Was the final push. All the speakers are in. Finish up the wiring and get this thing tested. Get the remotes and those things should fire up. But watch the code. Well, I guess the speakers are working.
Marker. Coming up on West Coast Customs, we're actually doing a minivan, but we're going to do a minivan with some swag.
This is unbelievable.
Our dealer's going to be blown away.
The next step is get back to the shop, figure out what we got to get done, and then hopefully get a phone call from Toyota. This week's build is a bit different. We're not doing a luxury car and we're not doing an old classic car. We're actually doing a minivan. But we're gonna do a minivan with some swag. We're building a 2015 Sienna van for Toyota and Sirius XM radio. They want to create a mobile DJ booth that they can take all around the country for events and activities. Once the Sienna arrived, it was time to break it down. We molded the roof and cut a hole for the stereo system. There was a ton of fabrication to build the platform to move the speakers and electronics. And in the back, the team installed a slide out and fabricated a stand for the DJ. Once the fabrication was done, it was off the paint, where Joanne came up with a custom West Coast blue. Then the wood shop went into overdrive, building the enclosure for the kicker speakers and the DJ station in the back. We incorporated a Sirius XM unit in the back of the DJ area, so when the DJ's away, Sirius XM could take over. Ish worked his magic on the seats, and then WTW came in and gave us some amazing Giovanna wheels. The van is done and getting black magicked. The next step is get it over to Toyota, and hopefully they like it as much as I do. So we have arrived. The van is in one piece. Everything's good to go. The next step is I'm going to go in, grab the guys, and really surprise them with this. Wes, open up the package.
Sir, yes, sir.
How you doing?
Doing great, Ryan.
Good to see you
Hard way to
again.
see this thing.
Ryan, Jack Hawes.
Ryan.
Nice to meet you.
Great to meet you. Jack's the one that signed the check to let us do this, so I want to make sure he sees it first with us.
He's got to see this then.
Thanks for doing this. You know what I love about Sienna? As we've continued to develop the product, the more we've gotten into the idea of swagger wagon. The idea of the swagger is really having this fun, putting fun into that van, and really tying then directly into music.
This is unbelievable. I didn't think you could do this with a minivan. This is really a swagger wagon now. So, Jack, you got to get up and we got to spin, turn some tables.
Check your skills, Jack.
We'll put you on Sirius XM on your own channel.
This is all me right here.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
You know, honestly, our first reaction was just a pure wow. I think from the initial sketches and even the concept to seeing what it turned out to be, just phenomenal.
So we got two TVs on each side, so you can play video, play whatever on it.
Unbelievable.
Obviously, the speakers everywhere, so it gives it that sound that we were looking for. We did speakers down here as well.
There's plenty of sound.
Yeah, plenty of sound.
Did I hear it was 24 speakers?
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, this really, I think, helps bring the SiriusXM and the Toyota brand together in true swagger wagon fashion. It's awesome.
This thing's going to be traveling all over the country. We already have a line of people wanting to use it in all the regional offices, at big sporting events, all the activations. It's going to make a decent party, over-the-top fun having this vehicle there.
And the funny thing is like
job.
when I sat with my guys and we were designing this, it was like, okay, it's a minivan. They're like, what? And then I'm like, no, but it's going to be cool. It's going to be a DJ minivan. I'm like, no way.
That's a swagger wagon.
Yeah, it is.
God's darn swagger wagon.
First of all, you see a car that changed, you have to get excited about it because it's taking the best of a great product and great creativity and marrying them into one. Every single change was better and better and better. It was really exciting to see the vehicle. I think it's a lot of fun.
The build quality is just amazing. The color just pops.
The best thing about it is when it's closed up, it's a really nice looking van.
Yeah, it looks
and then this
totally
thing pops
stock.
open, it's like a transformer.
Car was fabulous. It's just amazing what Ryan was able to do in West Coast Customs with the Sienna. I mean, we had started off with a great swagger wagon, but he took it to a whole new level. Our dealer's going to be blown away.
The body kit is awesome.
The front grille.
New headlights, new taillights, grill, obviously the bumper kits.
I am amazed. The TVs and just how it pops front or back and just kind of this dual vehicle.
Yeah,
and the
so no
sound.
matter where you're at, you know, there's something going on. So if you're in the front of it, you're in the back of it, you're on the side of it.
So Ryan, just on behalf of Toyota and really our partnership, I just gotta say, excellent job.
Thank you, man. Today was a good day. All the fabrication that Brian did was amazing. Wes came in with his talents, did his thing, and then the color. The color was really what I think hit it out of the park.
And you guys blew it out of the water. But I think we should get all of the marketing team out here now, so they can have a look at this, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Everybody behind it should come see it.
Then I'm going for a drive.
And we're cranking the tune. We're cranking the SiriusXM
style, right? So everybody was happy. I think, you know, the takeaway from this is there's a bigger relationship here. I think Toyota's going to want us to build some cars. I think SiriusXM is going to want to do something with us. Ultimately, today was a good day. The next step is get back to the shop, figure out what we got to get done, and then hopefully get a phone call from Toyota pretty soon.
Next on West Coast Customs. So there's been a lot of changes in West Coast Customs, but nothing is as big as this change that's going on right now. West Coast Customs is going back to LA.
Ultimately, I'd love to do some sort of catwalk. So this is where I would envision the museum to be.
We found out nothing's been upgraded for 30 years. So we had to start from scratch.
Yeah, I love this catwalk. This is West Coast Customs grown up.